eThekwini Water and Sanitation. We are a public, municipally owned entity within the city of Durban. You can be a public sector, municipal type entity where you just are a bureaucracy. We kind of said we want to be a business without profit, with a social conscience.
The kind of issues we're dealing with at the moment is immigration. Just when we think we've given everyone services, you've got this influx of people from other areas. We cannot just continue building infrastructure only, because in the rural areas, for example, it would just take too long. So we've had to go back to the drawing board and say, look, we cannot continue with business as normal. Now we focus on improving access to sanitation services.
We had 1 million people in 2000 with access to first world services. We had 1 million people in the next band around that core who had access to services but had been neglected. We could provide conventional services in the first 1 million area. In the second 1 million area, it was rehabilitation. And then there were 1 million people beyond that who had no municipal services. We used rivers and streams, open defecation. About 40% of the people are poor, earning less than $2 a day. So we're able to convince the politicians to introduce this concept of free basic services. 6 cubic meters a month of water and about 6 cubic meters a month of sewage. Or if you have a pit toilet, it's emptied once every 5 years at no cost to you as the householder. Once we were able to deal with the poor, it then meant that everybody else could be charged the full cost of the service, or more than the full cost. So there are different solutions for different areas. We developed this concept called the sanitation edge. Within the sanitation edge, we could provide waterborne sanitation. Beyond that, off-grid sanitation. There are about 700,000 people that live in slums. So there we build communal facilities called community ablution blocks. There are showers, toilets, wash-hand basins, 1 block for women, 1 block for men. Each pair serves 75 houses, at the most down to about 50 houses. So we put these all around the edge of the development and connect them to the sewers. They are attended by toilet attendants who keep them clean and locked at midnight.
Ekuqaleni sasingenama-toilet, sasinengoti le esimbayo yama-toilet ambuwayo. Namanye aqashwa namayo ukuthi nje kugcwele kubekho umntu omningi. Lokhu kwakho ama-toilet sizomkhandlu. Sibonga kakhulu ukuthi bekho ama-toilet njengalana, sizibagulayo bayakwazi bathatha base-toilet kanje ngoba kwangenzeka ekuqaleni. Into ama-toilet dlala indima enkulu kuthina ukuthi asisize ama-toilet.
Sesinokuphila nje okungcono, akusekho bantu abasebagqugqiswa izisu emakliniki.
The slum areas are temporary in nature, and one day, if that area is formalized, then the sewers will be laid from that manhole, which has got the toilet over it, into the area, and they'll get conventional sewage.
Innovation is a key component of our service delivery. We have looked at various technologies. One of the most successful innovations is the wastewater reuse for industry.
This was the first public-private partnership of its type in South Africa. Because of the complexity, etc., it was decided by the municipality at the time that it would be much better to go out on a PPP because funding would be taken care of, and so would the technical requirements on such a plant. And that's the appointment of Veolia Water. So for the industry, it's a huge benefit. You get access to a good quality of water with more than a 50% saving.
The reason I think that the marriage between the private sector and the public sector is really necessary is just the sheer volume of work that needs to be done. By bringing the private sector, it's additional capacity that assists us to move faster.
In looking at innovation, it is important to understand there's no one-size-fits-all. It really is a mix of technologies, of resources, and it's specific to the context.
To provide sewers to the outer area, it was going to cost something like $4.5 billion US, just totally unaffordable. Whereas the solutions that we chose, the on-site sanitation, it's about $250 million US. We provide urine diverting toilets, and then we collect those fecal sludges, and they are treated through a number of processes. One takes the fecal sludges and puts them through a plant called the DEPA.
The sludge and the rubbish is separated using a screw, The sludge is then extruded, which forms small spaghetti-like pellets. And then it goes through a first heating step to dry off the sludge, and then it goes through infrared heating to do the final pasteurization. So the final product is a soil conditioner, which is pathogen-free.
The Black Soldier Fly Project, it's a private sector initiative that takes fecal sludge and you feed it to the larvae of black soldier fly, and then the biomass is used as animal food. And because we can separate the urine and the urine diverting toilet, we've been doing research to look at what we can do with the urine as well.
Research is an integral component of our service delivery model. We have a memorandum of agreement with the University of KwaZulu-Natal to conduct research into many of our projects.
We can do work on sewage under different conditions, and then urine and urine concentrates and various other things here. So in principle, you can grow all your own food on your excreta, right? Because you excrete the nutrients you take in.
Where the off-grid developments are pretty dense, we use other facilities like the DWATS concept. It's a decentralized sewage treatment process. No moving parts, no energy requirements. It produces an effluent which you can take through a wetland and then discharge to the river.
Sanitation is not about just providing a toilet and walking away. It is working with the community, getting their buy-in, but equally ensuring that there is ongoing support and service.
The call center is the first line of communication with the customer. We use various platforms of communication. You could be calling us, you can email us, you can text us. We're a 24-hour environment. We need to be there for the customer at all times. Whatever frustration the customers feel, you have to be able to absorb and provide solution. There are special trainings for that. We have to come across as friendly, polite, reliable, able to provide solutions. That's our main drive. You need to have a big heart. It's about how you're going to be able to service the public out there.
We have 19 focus groups, people living in slums, people with disabilities, people living in upmarket areas, business. Each one has a platform to meet with us and talk about issues of concern to them.
Focus groups play a major role in shaping the implementation of projects. We get the feedback and the feel of the people from the ground. How do they perceive eThekwini water and sanitation, the way we operate, and we improve our service through them. So two-way communication is very important by listening and delivering.
Uma ngabe sinenkinga nje edinga kwayibona nje laba ke abaka masipala, then masibefikile ngiyakwazi ukuba nemibuzo engibuzayo. Iqhaza lami emphakathini ngilibona libaluleke ngoba kufanele sihlale sakhane ukuze sibe nempilo eqhubekayo, sibe nozwano somphakathi.
I think we are very fortunate in that we have sound and good leadership that gives us that space to be creative and do things differently, and to ensure that we've got the necessary budgets and support to do these new work.
I encourage new ideas, I encourage innovation. I give the team space to work and make decisions. I just have that philosophy. There's a lot that needs to be done, so you need the support of the entire organization.